Hey guys, Perversely here, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go, and today we're finally back once again, Q&A number 2 onto the channel. Of course, if you want to ask questions for future Q&As, can do so. Hit up the link in the description down below. While you're at it, give this video a big like, it really helps supporting the channel, it goes a very long way. And with that being said, before we jump into the Q&A, I want to feature my favorite comment of last video. We're gonna start to do that onto the channel, so be sure to leave a comment relevant to the video, of course, in order to have a chance of getting featured. My favorite comment of the last video was a comment from Trainer Tips right here, in which he said, dude, I'm really excited for this. And of course what he is referring to is the video that I'm currently working on. Yesterday I posted up a video onto the channel, a story of a Pokemon Go player. Be sure to check that out. It is a mini documentary video that I'm currently working on. It's gonna take a whole lot of time to complete. That's something I already know, but it's really stoked for this. So Nick, thank you so much for the support. With that in mind, we got some questions. Let's jump straight in. So the first question comes from Travis, and he's asking if it is still going to be possible to catch Gen 1 Pokemon the moment other generations are released inside of the game. And to my knowledge, this will still be possible, but there will just be a nice balance between the both of them. Maybe whenever the entire wave of Gen 2 Pokemon is released, then Niantic is going to be bumping up the spawn rates of the Gen 2 Pokemon. I really hope, honestly, that they don't, because I always think it's more fun to have it the normal way. But there's a chance you will still be able to catch Gen 1 Pokemon, because you still need certain Gen 1 Pokemon to evolve them into the Gen 2 Pokemon, so it's gonna work either way. And he also said, I heard Sandslash had an evolution as well. No, he does not have a evolution, but he has a different form in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Alolan Sandslash got introduced, which is made out of ice. Amadina is asking what was the hardest part for me to get to level 40 in Pokemon Go. And honestly, I didn't really pay attention to level 40 that much, because I knew very early on that 40 million experience is just simply too much. It's gonna be unreachable for a long time, so I didn't even think of it. But it was in the back of my mind, and then as I reached level 35, 36, the idea to getting to level 40 became closer and closer, but I wasn't even at the halfway point then, as in the total experience that you need in order to make your way up there. I think level 38 to level 39 is by far the hardest level. And the reason is, at level 38 you can power up the Pokemon once, and then the power up button completely disappears. This means that the moment you hit level 39, there's no powering up you can do whatsoever. So there's honestly not really a reason to get to level 39. That's where a lot of players lose their motivation, including myself. I lost motivation there at that point. Level 39 to level 40 is cool, because you're like, hey, we're done after that. So level 39 is really unrewarding in that aspect, and I hope that Niantic is going to be changing that. That honestly was the hardest part of getting to level 40. Erjose Low is asking, I know this question has nothing to do with Pokemon Go, but I'm really interested if you play Smash Bros, because I saw your comment in a Smash Bros video and I want to know if you still play the game or you used to play it. It's probably referring to the two people I'm subscribed to for Smash 4, which are Esam and Zero. I really love to watch the Smash scene, and I keep an eye on it, and I love Mango, Leven, Armada, Hungrybox, like the whole Smash lore. I'm very invested into it, and I absolutely love it. So I do watch those types of stuff, that I actually watch tournaments and stuff. I think it's really fun. I used to be an avid Smash player myself. Melee, I used to be right up there with the top players on Melee, and then I quit. But for Smash 4, if I'm playing, my mains are Corrin, Sheik, and Cloud. Those are my three mains. Mukri is asking a pretty interesting question. Why is it that I have two executors of the exact same IV, but both of them have different max CP? And has everything to do with the IV itself, because even though the percent of the IV might be the exact same, like both of them have like 90% IV, it might be that one executor have higher attack, or one executor have a higher defense, and that kind of like it makes it that one executor has a higher CP than the other one at the end of the day. Fabrizio Rossi, he's saying, hey man, just want to ask you one simple question. Since you're level 40 inside of the game, do you plan to keep on playing hardcore, like with 6 lures and Lucky Egg on all the time, catching Pidgeys, Rattatas and Evolve and all stuff like that? Or are you happy where you're at right now and you only focus on medals and other stuffs inside of the game? That is a really great question. I've never really addressed this, but if Niantic is going to be raising the level cap, which I know for a fact that they're going to be doing that into the future, I am not going to be going for the max level. I think level 40, the original max level, was more than enough for me. I don't think like a road to level 50 will be that interesting to watch. Of course, some of you guys are going to disagree, but here's what you got to take into consideration. My reasoning for going to the road to level 40 is because I wanted it done before the end of the year, and it was a really nice challenge for myself, and it was a nice mini series that I could do over the past like 2 weeks or so. So the hype was definitely there, and you guys were excited. I showed you guys the best way possible for me to level up, and showcasing the same thing over and over, you know, it gets boring, and being there for 8 hours a day, it's honestly, I would much rather do other stuff, like go to visit cool places and stuff. So no, I'm not gonna be playing hardcore like this again. I've already done my thing. I'm officially retired when it comes down to hardcore leveling. But who knows, maybe the flight inside me will ignite once again, once I see myself getting closer and closer to a goal. But for now, just leave it out of the picture, I guess. Alright, so the next question comes from Eileen, and she's asking, how do you find out what Pokemon has a perfect IV? It's actually pretty simple. Let's head over to my Dragonite, which you guys all know it's perfect IV. We already went through this. Just to show you guys real quick, I'm gonna go through it. It's a wonder, HP, attack, defense, exceed my calculations, right? Done, over, we already know that. So that's perfect IV Pokemon, but for every single team it's different, but you can actually figure it out inside of the game pretty easily. Now, take note, I'm gonna be talking up on behalf of Team Mystic here, so if you want to know the values and whatever the speeches that your trainer is saying mean for your particular team, then make sure you hit up the link in the description down below, which is leading to a Game Press article which perfectly explains to you what exactly does everything means what they're saying. So in this particular case, we're gonna be appraising this Gyarados. It starts off by saying, in overall, your Gyarados is a wonder, or is not that great, or is not very likely to make much headway in battle. But in this particular case, it's a wonder. What a breathtaking Pokemon. That means that the IV is 82.2% or higher than that. It's not 80% and above, it is 82.2% or higher. Then it shows you the highest stat. So in this particular case, because attack is maxed out, it's gonna see, hey, your best attribute is its attack. Now, if it were to have other stats like defense or stamina, it would actually show you health first. So I'm gonna show you guys right here in this Dragonite. Over here, it will always start with HP, then it will show attack, and then it will show you defense. That is how you know that it can potentially be maxed out, and then it needs to say its stats exceeded my calculations. It's not gonna say anything else unless its stats exceeded my calculations if the IV stat is 15 or higher. So the maximum IV is 15, the lowest is 0. That's how you can figure it out really. It's actually quite simple, once again straightforward. Once again, appraising on this Gyarados, what does it mean? It's a wonder, 82.2% or higher. The best attribute is its attack, and it exceeded my calculations. So that means that attack is the highest. Now, what I did for this Gyarados, I went to pokeassistant.com. There's easier ways out there. I like to input my values manually. I like to do it the old school way. But based upon that, I figured out that this Gyarados was 15 attack, 14 defense, and 14 stamina. I hope this helps you out. Sir Ponalot is asking me, what are some of the cities/countries that you plan on visiting in 2017? That's actually kind of an interesting question, because I think it kind of reflects to the Pokemon Go World Tour that is still in progression. The first country or first city that I'm going to be visiting is London. I'm going to be going there end of this week. The 29th I'm flying out. It's going to be on Sunday. I will be back on Tuesday, so you guys can expect to see a Pokemon Go London vlog. I'm gonna meet up with Mystic7 there and a bunch of other YouTubers, so hopefully we'll be able to squeeze Mystic7 into the vlog. It's gonna be pretty lit, guys. Then on top of that, Australia is planned. The States is a plan. I want to go to several gaming conventions, including E3, PAX, and maybe some other thing. So that is definitely, I want to go back to Japan. I want to go to Norway, and other than that, I don't got much more plans. So we're gonna have to see, maybe go back to England again. I don't know, we're gonna have to figure that one out as we go along. But yeah, those are the plans that I currently got planned. Zombie Turtle 2, do you have all the medals? Can you show your medal page? Certainly, I have all the medals, but they're not all gold yet. I still need a bunch of big Magikarps. In case you guys are curious about that, how you can figure out what is a tiny Rattata or what is a big Magikarp is actually pretty simple. You go to your Pokemon over here and you look at the kilograms, the weight. If it says XS, it means extra small, so it's a tiny Rattata. If it's a Rattata XS, that is tiny Rattata. And if it says XL, extra large, then if you have that on a Magikarp, then that will be a big Magikarp. So yeah, that was also a question that popped up, so I just figured I'd squeeze that right in. So big Magikarps, we still need 102 XL Magikarps there, but we already got the tiny Rattatas over here. So yeah, there you have that. Ace Trainers, one we still need to do. Training up gyms, it's gonna be really easy if I really put my mind to it. And then a couple of regular badges, 4 of them. Fighting type will be pretty tough. In Gen 2 is gonna be easier. Steel Depot, I could actually finish this one in one day if I really wanted to. Ice type is obviously the hardest one out there, because you only have so little Pokemon that you can associate this badge with. Dugong, Gloister, Smoochum, and Jinx, I think. Yeah, I think that's about right. And Lapras. And then Dragon type, that's gonna take a little bit as well. So yeah, those are the medals I currently have. Roman is asking, what did you expect for your channel when you just started playing Pokemon Go? I expected to just have fun with the game, because honestly, Pokemon Go started off as a side project. Some of you guys may recall that my YouTube channel name was Reversal, Boom Beach and Clash Royale, because those were the 2 games I'm covering. I no longer have any interest in Clash Royale. I've been keeping up to date with Clash Royale, just it doesn't strike any interest with me whatsoever. I like to stay updated with it behind the scenes, so just like see what's new and stuff, and it's kind of cool, but it's just like, it's not my game anymore. But yeah, I didn't expect anything from Pokemon Go. I just wanted to have fun, and I just want to show you guys cool gameplay, and then it really started to take off. And from a business standing point, it was just the right choice to invest myself entirely into Pokemon Go, and that's something I'm still doing. People keep commenting Pokemon Go is that. I think the contrary. If my videos still get 20k views, then I'm saying it's not that, it's far from that. If Pokemon Go were to be getting less than 10,000 views when it's a gameplay video altogether, then I might reconsider my options, but for now we're doing fine. So yeah, no expectations at first, and then it started to become my bread and butter. And then we got a question from Hi, and he's asking, I always wonder what the small Rattata and big Magikarp mean. So yeah, just explain that. If a Pokemon has XS, that means extra small, then it's tiny. If it's XL, it is extra large, and that means it's colossal. So that's how you know the big Magikarp, tiny Rattata, that's the determining factor. I Am Taboo is asking, what's your favorite generation out of all Pokemon? And my favorite generation is generation number 3. I love the Pokemon in Gen 3 because I played so much on Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Emerald. It's just like the favorite. The music is so awesome, and I just love the berry spitting. I was so addicted to that, and the beauty contest is something that I really enjoyed as well. And just the whole storyline, just the colors and everything. I had the Game Boy Advance emulator, which I played it on, and it was basically the only game that my computer could really handle, and I had a lot of fun with back in the day. So I used the GPA Visual Boy emulator. I know some of you guys are gonna be struck by nostalgia, but that's what it was for me, and it was amazing. Absolutely enjoyed Sapphire so much, and because of that, Gen 3 is my favorite. It's my favorite gen. David is asking, do you still think we need candies for evolving? For example, Porygon, with these evolution items being released inside of the game. Now, I am not sure, but based off what I think Niantic wants to try to do, we might see it that you might not need candy to evolve these Pokemon anymore if they hold specific items, which, if that is the case, would honestly suck, because I have quite a bit of items for, I have quite a bit of candy for Onyx. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything about this one because we don't know. I hope it's still candy and the evolution items, but then the evolution items would obviously be, you know, a cheaper way of doing it. But yeah, we're gonna leave that one at the sideline for now. We don't know. Mason Angster is asking, what other games will you present onto the channel in the future? And the first game that comes to mind is Fire Emblem Heroes. That is a game that I'm definitely going to be presenting onto the channel. And then whenever Nintendo Switch is launched, I'm going to be covering it onto the channel as well. So you can expect to see some Zelda Breath of the Wild. But honestly, this is a Pokemon Go YouTube channel, so majority will be focused on Pokemon Go, maybe a Pokemon spin-off series or something like that, or maybe like in the summer, like a week of Pokemon games. I honestly have no idea. We can figure it out, you know. So far, I really like the way we're going with things, and I expect no changes in the future. So yeah, that's gonna be wrapping it up for this Q&A. Once again, make sure you check out the preview video of the video that I'm currently have in progress that I'm currently working on. Hope you guys really enjoyed that. Make sure you leave a comment because you might end up getting featured in the next episode. You can also follow me on Snapchat to stay updated with everything that's going on, especially whenever I'm gonna be going to London. I'll be on Snapchat a lot. And be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay updated with everything Reverso, or maybe even Pokemon Go, or just everything put together. With that in mind, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, this is Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.